It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 8th of April. I'm Michael Groff. Couple of big weather headlines for today. Number one, we've got the solar eclipse ongoing across the United States. For us in Phoenix, it is a partial solar eclipse. About 2/3 of the sun will be obscured. Viewing not exactly optimal thanks to high clouds around, but you should, assuming you have the right eye protection, still be able to see it at least somewhat through the veil of cloud cover around. The other big news for us is a warming trend takes over, and get ready for the warmest temperatures we've had so far this year. By later this week, high temperatures likely to get well up into the 90s. We'll talk about that, plus any rain chances, any opportunity for us to cool off once again. Yeah, we'll talk about all of it as we get to it right now. First, the almanac from yesterday. 76 degrees was the afternoon high, 50 the morning low, and that's obviously well below those averages of 84 and 59. 104 degrees, the record high from that incredibly hot year of 1989. 38, that sounds like a great low temperature, record low, but we'll be nowhere near any of that. All right, taking a look outside right now here at 6:50 a.m. We're about 3 hours and 19 minutes away from the start of the eclipse. We've got mostly cloudy sky. We're sitting at 55 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 28, humidity 35%. It's a light wind and the barometer is rising. Upper level weather pattern across the nation right now features low pressure across the Dakotas and Minnesota. We've got a trailing trough back here across the southwestern United States. Now for us, that's not going to produce any precipitation, but it is providing some mid and high level clouds. But as the axis of this trough swings through, the clouds will be decreasing as we go through the day today. The other thing that this trough is doing for us is holding temperatures down. But once that's out of here by tomorrow, we start a big warm up. The watch warning map, we got some flood watches around the Arklatex region, a couple of dense fog advisories as well further to the north and east of there. We've got winter weather advisories over portions of northeast Wyoming, southeast Montana, and a wind advisory around the Hoover Dam for today. Convective outlook, we do have the enhanced risk of severe storms, level 3 out of 5, around Wichita Falls, Texas, and a sizable portion of Texas in some type of risk of severe storms. The primary threat, especially in that enhanced risk today from storms, very large hail. The tornado threat exists, but it is relatively low. Most of these storms will be more elevated, not necessarily rooted in the boundary layer, and so the high winds, winds over 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, and large hail will be the main threat from those severe storms today. Yeah, there might be a rumble of thunder across northern Arizona as this trough moves on through, but for the most part, any precipitation chances should be fairly minimal. Speaking of, this is the precipitation outlook valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, not much. Yeah, maybe a passing shower over the northern part of the state today with that trough, but other than that, things look to stay pretty dry, and of course they should, because it is, after all, the dry season, and our weather will be dominated by high pressure as we go later into the week. Let's talk about it right now as we get to the models. Take a look. This is the GFS. It is the 06Z run, and this is valid at 5 o'clock, or at 2 o'clock this afternoon, rather. Upper low over the northern plains, upper low over the southwest, the trough coming on through. And what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, partly sunny this morning, becoming mostly sunny by this afternoon. The clouds are going to gradually move out of here. But, you know, for the eclipse time, starting at 10:08 a.m., it peaks about 11:20 a.m., wraps up 12:35 p.m. I'm telling you, I think we're going to have some clouds around, unfortunately, but you should still be able to get some view of it. Now, if you were just out walking around, you had no idea that there was an eclipse, you might notice the sky getting a little bit more dim by about 11 o'clock this morning. But realistically, if you just were kind of out and about and not really looking up, not paying any attention, you might not even notice. High temperatures today will be generally in the mid to upper 70s. Now, let's take a look at that total solar eclipse. Let's take a look at the path of totality here that moves from Texas up toward Dallas-Fort Worth, Texarkana, near Little Rock, up to Indianapolis. Along the path of totality, the best opportunity for viewing with clear sky, of all places, will be across parts of New Hampshire, Vermont, and northern Maine. Caribou, Maine. Maybe that might actually be the best place to view the eclipse. And if you would have told me that a few months ago, said, hey, Mike, outline the best chances for best viewing of the eclipse, would not have picked Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. That's for sure. Now you can see for us, a little under 70% obscured in terms of the moon covering the sun. And we will have some clouds around, unfortunately. This is based on the National Blend of Models output, so it does look like, yeah, we will have some clouds around and some suboptimal viewing of the eclipse, but you should still be able to get some of it. And of course, obviously, we want you to wear the eye protection. If you're watching these videos, you know all of that. You're enough of a geek to understand what's going on, but other people may not, so, clue them in. All right, now for tonight, we've got mostly clear sky taking over. Lows will generally be in the upper 40s to mid 50s. Tomorrow, here we go. The trough is moving out. Sunny, warmer. High temperatures, low to mid 80s. That'll be closer to seasonal averages, but by Wednesday, mid to upper 80s are likely with sunny sky. Thursday, this may well be the warmest day of the forecast period. Highs low to mid 90s. Ridge right on top of us, heights maximized, plenty of sunshine, so it's going to be a very warm day. Air conditioners will be working a little bit harder, and that's unfortunate, but that's the reality of April in Phoenix. That's above average, but nothing out of bounds, nothing we've never seen before in mid-April. Friday should be fairly warm, too. I think we're going to take a couple of degrees off of the high temperatures, though, upper 80s to low 90s. The sky remains mostly sunny. We've got troughing developing off to the west of us, and that is going to eventually start to knock this ridge down and should bring us somewhat cooler temperatures by the time we get to the weekend. Here's Saturday. I'd say highs in the mid to upper 80s, the sky mostly sunny. And then on Sunday, troughing gets closer to us. Now, the evolution of this system is still very much uncertain. We've got model solutions that are kind of all over the place. Precipitation chances and all of that with this feature. I would say, based on climatology and based on how the overall trends are working out, I don't think we're going to see any precipitation out of this feature, at least not in southern Arizona. This should bring breezy conditions. It should bring cooler temperatures. I'd say by Sunday, high temperatures upper 70s to low 80s, so we'd be back a little bit below average. That's good. Rainfall just doesn't look likely. Here's a week from today. This is Monday the 15th. You got this trough. Most of the dynamics appear to be moving to the north of us. Yeah, I've seen some other runs where the trough axis and this upper low is further south. And yeah, even if that happened, I just don't think we'd have any meaningful chance of precipitation here. Monday might turn out to be the coolest day if this works out. And then going out 10 days, this is Wednesday the 17th. Kind of a bowling ball low coming into North Dakota there. It could be wet and very cool up there. Maybe a chance of a few strong storms to the south and east of that, but the ridge is going to block that low from really making much progress. Kind of an interesting setup. For us, though, it's a dry northwesterly flow aloft. And that looks like temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages and dry conditions to continue. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix out through the 22nd of April, and this is off the GFS ensemble, the mean way down there below 1/10 of an inch. The control member is up over 1/4 of an inch, but the consensus among these models is we're going to stay dry. And the European ensemble is pretty much the same story. Not much chance of any meaningful precipitation, no matter how that trough this weekend happens to work out. So I'd say the chances of us seeing any rain over the next 2 weeks are, of course, as you would expect this time of year, very low. Looking at temperatures off the National Blend of Models, obviously the trend is up. It's got us at 95 for both Thursday and Friday. I think Thursday is the warmer day. Friday might see temps retreat a couple of degrees. Either way, though, it's going to be quite toasty, the warmest temps we've had so far this year, and then we'll see afternoon highs dropping off quite a bit by this weekend and early next week. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video due back here tomorrow morning Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, you want to support us, help us out, groffshow@gmail.com is my PayPal address for those direct donations and helping us out through some hard times. Or, of course, you can always click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, and the proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, she's got new blogs up there, so check those out as always. And, of course, all the relevant links down there in the description, including our streaming station called KMGX, where we play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that, too. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, it is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Monday.